Thank you for tuning into the Northern Miner. We are recording at the mining investment event in Quebec City. Joining me now is Amex Exploration CEO, Victor Cantore. Thank you for making time to join me.
Well, thank you for having me on your show.
All right. So let's start the conversation off by asking you to orient us. Where is your key asset placed and what's the current status there?
Absolutely. So the project, that we call it the Perron project, it's just north of Rouyn-Noranda. It's about an hour and a half directly north. We're inside inside a town that's called Normetal. Normetal used to be a mining town. It's about 800 residents, electricity, water. It's a fully functional town. Our project, we've done over 500,000 meters of drilling. We've done an MRE in September of last year. We did a PA in November of this year. We just redid another MRE, and we're going to do another PA coming up shortly, probably in the next 45 to 60 days.
Wow, that's a lot of catalyst in a short time frame. So let's start with the MRE update. What does the resource estimates stand at the moment?
Sure. So we have 2.3 million ounces in all categories, in measured, indicated, and inferred. So if I go just with the measured indicated, we're at 1.6 million ounces at around 6.14 grams per ton. Total, if you average it all out, it's like 5.44, but that's with in all categories. What's really interesting is also we have what we call the Champagne zone. There's 831,000 ounces at 16.2 grams per ton. That's pretty high grade.
Right. So, Amex keeps the investment crowd engaged. What would you say is resonating most with the crowd at this time to keep them engaged?
It's really great. Grade is really king, and when you have an average grade in one zone with 831,000 ounces at that grade, and if you look at the whole project right now, just the Perron, we've recently acquired the Perron, what we call the Perron West project. So we used to have 45 square kilometers, and now we've added another 152 square kilometers. So we have 197 square kilometers. When you look at the strike length of what we've discovered so far, we've probably in the 4.5 to 5 kilometers. So we really have a lot of there's still a lot of more exploration potential. But this we've done an economic study to show you can turn this into a mine, and we're really going to be proceeding in that way and still continuing to explore.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the preliminary economic assessment that you've delivered. What are some of the top line items there for the project?
So the top line items is really when you look at your AISC, you're looking at an AISC of approximately 807, and I just want to. We have a new MRE out, so I have to consider that historical now. So I can touch those numbers, but I want all the waivers to go in. Those are historical until we put out a new MRE. It's no longer the current one, but you can talk about those numbers. We have all the waivers on our site. You can go look at all the numbers. So our capex, you're looking at $229 million. When you look at one ratio that's really important to look at is your NPV over capex after tax. When you use $2,600 gold, which we're well above that, you're looking at a 4.4 times, and usually the rule of thumb is going to be at least 2 times. After tax free cash flow on those numbers, you're looking at around $128 million, $128 million a year. That's over a 10-year mine life. Production would be, the way it was contemplated, is that would be a lot more in the first 5 years. So those numbers will definitely increase on the front end.
All right. So you mentioned that another MRE is forthcoming.
The MRE, we just put one out.
You just put one out.
And we're having a PA that's going to be coming out in 45 to 60. Another PA, that new one. So that'll be the current one with the new ounces that are in there.
So by when do you expect to put out the PA?
We're expecting that. I mean, it's tough to give guidelines. I can tell you probably in the next 60 days at the most. Inside 60 days, it should be okay, unless they encounter anything. But it looks like okay. It looks like they're moving along. The last time we issued the MRE on September 5th, 6th, and we put out the PA November 13th. So what I'm saying, expect more or less the same timeline. That's what it looks like right now.
Is there anything you can tell us about the new study, how it would materially differ from the prior study?
Well, there's a higher grade.
More or less, which grades are we talking about?
So in across the project, in the old MRE, you were looking at just close to 4 grams per ton. If I look at it now, it's 5.44.
Nice.
If you look at measured and indicated, before I only had 594,000 ounces in total in measured and indicated. Now I have 1.615 ounces at 6.14 grams per ton. So I'm expecting that should dramatically improve the economics, but we need to wait to see for the numbers. But by judging by that, it looks really good.
All right. So what is the current strategy with the project, and what are the key value driving catalysts over the next 12 months as you see them unfold?
Yeah. So what's really important is that we phase things out properly. So you'll have a new PA the minute that PA comes out. We're going to be filing at some point we're going to start with a feasibility study. Also, we're going to launch that the minute the PA is out. We're also going to apply for a bulk sample. So we're trying to position the company as a near-term producer. If we follow the strategy of putting together a bulk sample feasibility study just for toll milling at first, we will do one with the whole mine, but at the beginning just with toll milling for the first few years. If everything goes right with permitting, we'll really position the company as a near-term producer. It's hard to estimate timeline out there, but I think 3 years would be justifiable. But again, that's really that's speculation. At the end of the day, I really have to give all the waivers. But yes, it's something that we're trying to achieve that.
Nice, yeah. So tell me a little bit about your key backers and also your share structure.
Absolutely. So the share structure is amazing. We have invested over $125 million in the project so far. Key investors is you have Eric Sprott, that's sitting a little over 12%. He's been a backer since 2019. He's a great backer. He's been participating in anytime we called upon him to participate. He's participated. Last year we got Eldorado that came in at 9.9%. And what they have is they have a top up right. And when I did another financing last year in October, they topped up and they came to that to make sure that they maintain themselves at 9.9. And they're great partners to have. We're really working well together. We have a technical committee together. We're 2 members of each. We chair it, and so it's really great. It's been great working with them.
Nice. What else is important about AMEX that we have not discussed yet?
What's really important is the grade. It's high grade gold. It's you're in Quebec. Quebec is a great place to mine. You have a lot of government support. Infrastructure is great. You still have to follow all the. There's the milestones. The main milestones going forward is going to be permitting. Permitting to get this project into production, and we're going in a dual path. It's really there's most resources are going now towards to make this into a near-term producer. But we're still exploring. There's so much to explore. We have 197 square kilometers to explore. So all on a greenstone belt.
All right. So a lot of discovery potential there at Perron.
Absolutely.
Okay. That was Amex Exploration CEO Victor Cantore. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.